The fourth problem on random variables. Here there is one situation given to us. What is that? A random variable x has following probability function. Here they are already mentioned that it is a probability function. Now x values and probability of x values are given, and again the values are not directly given as a constant values. They were given as a variables. So what is the variable here? It is k. Now finding out the value of k by using a condition which is called as probability function. Probability function means total probability is already equal to 1. So that they are saying as p is equal, summation p is equal to 1. So let us substitute the values of summation p here. 0.1 plus k plus 0.2 plus 2k plus 0.3 plus k should be equal to 1. Now by using this one, see, let us add these values. Now first of all, see the coefficients of k, 1, 2 and 1. By adding those three, we get 4k plus adding the constant values 0.1, 0.2 and 0.3. It constitutes to 0.6 is equal to 1. Then next we have finding out the value of k, simply sending the constant to the right hand side. We get 4k is equal to 1 minus 0.6. So 4k is equal to 0.4. That implies k is equal to 0.4 divided by 4, that is equal to 0.1. Again we have got the value as 0.1. Simply substitute this value of k in the given problem. So let's take this and we'll try to substitute in the same. So simply by substituting the value of k, if this becomes 0.1, next 2 into k, 2 into 0.1 will become 0.2, and as well the last value remains as 0.1. Once again, if you wanted to find out whether the total probability is 1, just add these values. 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4, 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 0.1, that means 0.9 plus 0.1 is 1.00. Again, therefore the total probability is equal to 1. Hence it is a probability function. Now second question, they are asking us to find out p of x greater than or equal to 3. P of x greater than or equal to 3 means what? Either the x should be minimum 3 or more than 3. But in the given probability function, the highest value is only 3. So that means I'll start the value at x is equal to 3, and I cannot continue further as the value, I don't have any more further values to be extended. So p of x greater than or equal to 3 is equal to p of x equal to 3 in this problem. So what is the probability of that? Simply substituting p of x of 3 value is 0.1. Now second formula, the second problem, what they're asking us to find out is p of x less than 3. P of x less than 3 means what? Starting from -2. That means starting from -2, I have to find the answer up to 2. Why? Because it is not x less than or equal to 3. It is only less than 3. So the value should start at p of x is equal to -2 and -1 0 1 2. That is how we need to find out. In the last problem itself, I told you that using the first condition, I can solve the second one. See, instead of adding all these, if I subtract this value from -1 total probability, I'll get the remaining values. So that is how I can write p of x less than 3 can be written as 1 minus p of x greater than or equal to 3. That means what? 1 minus the answer is 0.1 implies our answer is 0.9. Though you add the values from -2 to 2, you get the answer is 0.9, or instead if you are subtracting this one value from the total value probability 1, you'll get the same answer. Now moving on to the fourth question, what they're asking us to do here. See, now the condition is both sides, that is means from the starting point as well as to the end point also. Now less than or equal to. Equal to means we have to include those values also. So this can be, instead of writing all the time x equal to 0, x equal to 1, likewise we can write as direct value. So p of 0 plus p of 1 plus p of 2. Why? Because starting value is 0 and the ending value is 2. Both sides we have less than or equal to. So here, by substituting the values 0, 1 and 2, p of 0, 1 and 2, the answers are 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.3. So by adding these three values, we get 0.7. That means the probability of x being 0 plus 1 plus 2 is 70%. Okay. Now, next case, let us see the next one. See here, what is the condition given? It is less than, it is not less than or equal to. That means we have to start with the next value of -1. That means p of x is equal to 0. We need to start from there, and next the ending point should be the value before +1. Again, because it is less than symbol, I'll stop at 0 itself. That means instead of asking the p of x equal to 0 directly, they have given us -1 less than x less than 1. The value between -1 and 1 is only 0. So simply substituting the value of p of x equal to 0 is how much? It is 0.2. That is how we get the answer. And always less than or equal to and less than symbol are not equal, especially in case of discrete distribution. It may or may not be equal in continuous distribution, but 100% it is not equal in discrete distribution. Okay. And the final question which they are asking us to find out is mean and variance of the given distribution. Mean and variance. So what is the values? Let us substitute these values first of all, then we can continue with the problem. See, x values are already from -2 to 3. So let's simply substitute p of x values here. Those are 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, 0.3, and last one is 0.1. So while doing calculation of these random variables, instead of keeping these decimal forms, try to make them into the smaller fractions. If that is a typical one, if you are unable to convert it, leave it. If in such situations, here I think we can simply convert this to 1/10. Of course, this is right. So why? Because our calculation will get more easier instead of using decimals if we use fractions, because always the denominator is common. It is very easy to find out. If the denominator is not such common, and if you are not good at LCM, then continue with the decimal. If you are good at taking the LCMs, then convert the problem to the fraction values. Okay. Now this can be written as 2/10, 2/10, and 3/10. Though you add all these numerators, it will be equal to 10. 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1. So let us find out first mean value. Mean, what is that? X into p of x. So -2 into 1/10 is -2/10. Next, -1/10. 0 into something is 0. Next is 2/10. 2 into 3/10 is 6/10. And the last value is 3 into 1/10 is 3/10. Now simply adding these values, taking the LCM, -2, -1, -3 and +3 gets cancelled, and the remaining value would be of 2 plus 6 is 8/10. 8/10 means how much here? It is simply 8 divided by 10 means 0.8. The mean of the given distribution is 0.8. So to find out the variance, our second part is already done. That means summation x into p of x whole square, 0.8 square, you can substitute over there. To find out the first part, summation x square into p of x, now let us find out x square values. -2 into -2 becomes 4. Next 1, 0, 1, 4 and 9. Square of these x values. After that, multiplying x square into p of x values. So 4 into 1 by 10, it becomes 4 by 10. Next value will become 1 by 10, 0 as well. Next 2 by 10, 3 into 4, it's 12 by 10. Next value is 9 into 1 by 10. So 9 by 10. So since all values are positive, we can add these numerators since the denominator is common. 9 plus 12 is 21 plus 2, 23. 23 plus 1 is 24. 24 plus 4 is 28. So 28 divided by 10. 28 divided by 10 means what would be the answer? It is 2.8. Now, by substituting in the formula of variance, we get it as 2.8 minus expectation of x whole square, right? So it is 0.8 whole square. So now that means that is that the value is equal to 2.8 minus 8 8 are 64. So 0.64. Now 2.8 minus 0.64, that comes to the value of 2.16. So the mean of the given distribution is 0.8 and the variance of the given distribution is probability function. Probability distribution function is 2.16. That is how we try to solve the problem, and never ever try to get confused when variables are given in the question. So to find out the variables, first see to the condition that whether it is given as a probability function or not. If they themselves are saying a probability function, that means total probability is equal to 1. Then we can continue with the problem by substituting in the equations.